Favourite thing about Australia so far?
Well, it reminds me of home. I'm from California. California has a lot of eucalyptus and golden grass.
Really? Eucalyptus? Least favourite thing?
The white bread.
The white bread? What's wrong with our white bread?
It's just like glue, man. Get some brown bread, people.
I don't know whether to feel insulted. I like our white bread. That was very unexpected. What's up guys, Chris here from Vo-Gus Prospecting. If you're new to the channel, a big warm welcome, and if you're an old mouldy hat, welcome back. In this episode, I take a gaggle of Americans out to a gold-bearing creek in the northeast of Victoria to pan some gold and make some new friends. Jim's teaching Grizzly about object permanence. Today we're out sluicing with the Green Mountain Gold Traps Fluid Bed Sluice in the northeast of Victoria. We're here to learn a little bit more about the sluice, to get my head wrapped around it, but more importantly I want to find out what's at the bottom of the hole I started digging in my last sluicing video. We're going to take a test pan out of this hole so I can show you the gold that I was getting last time, and then what we're going to do is start throwing buckets through. I need these. Alright, a result. Slightly better than the last time I was here. Not by much though. We've got a couple of tiny little specks here, and then as we come over we've pulled out some nice chunkier pieces of gold. Now at this stage I don't know how much of this gold the sluice is going to be able to catch. It says in the literature that it should be able to catch down to 200 mesh, but I haven't run the loss test. I haven't run it for one reason. I don't yet know how to fully work this sluice. If I don't know how to work this sluice properly and I run a loss test, it could be my fault that we're losing gold from improper setup. So I need to learn first before I run that loss test. So bear with me, we will get to that eventually.
I don't know where the target is, so it must be one of those big ones.
Other than nano dots, so there's no target.
Yeah.
Was there a Kmart? It has to be said, this is not the way you should be feeding or operating this sluice box. I covered all of this in the last video I did with the Green Mountain Gold Traps. That's linked above. Please watch that video if you want to know more about what I'm doing wrong here. Well, I'm 5 buckets in and suddenly 50 buckets feels really ambitious. We're going to do a little clean out. We're 10% of the way through of the buckets that I want to do. So we'll see how much gold we actually caught. I have seen a little bit go down. A little bit of luck, we've caught it. Well, this is what we got for those 5 buckets, and it's not a lot. I mean, I've had much better individual pans than getting that from 5 buckets. I'd come to the conclusion that I had no idea how to use this sluice properly, so I backed out, contacted the owner later on, and decided to join the others in doing a little bit of crevicing and gold prospecting for other deposits.
I found one out of here that was a pretty good chunker.
Oh, it'll move, and it'll be full of gold.
Oh yeah.
So I had a little bit of a scratch around, just looking for some spots. I found some flour gold. It got hot. I put my rag on. All that good prospecting stuff. Now I've come to an area that may have some gold behind me. Let me show you. That super dark red staining is a really good indication of iron oxidizing out in the soil. So we know that there's associated heavies in it. Now the only way you're ever going to know is to test pan. I get questions every day about where should I look in this spot and half a dozen photos, but I can't tell you. The thing that's going to tell you is your pan. It could be anywhere. Every spot is different. So you're going to have to take a pan there and have a look. And that's exactly what we're going to do. The first one I'm going to do is take some dirt out of that red soil. So this is the gold that we got out of that pan. Now it is very fine, but there is a lot of it. This very well means that I could come back here with a high banker and get quite a decent result by pushing quantity through, just similar to the mustard pit video. So we'll take another pan from there, we'll try and get on the bedrock and scrape it up and see what's sitting there. Well, I got almost an identical pan, so we're gonna have to try the next spot. That looks delicious.
Yeah.
You should give it a taste and let me know how it is.
I've got a whole bowl full. I'm going to see if any gold got stuck in it under this bedrock.
Send it to Paulie.
It's not bad
You got nicer flakes than I did.
This is not bad for what, an hour and a half?
Yeah, just mucking around in some crevices. But that's okay. We're going to take you to a spot that's got more consistently big bits.
Sounds great.
So we've come upstream a little bit to a spot that has historically given me better gold, and we've got some nicer pieces in there. The last time I was here, the best gold was down in this little crack, and I'm going to go back into there right after I finish cleaning off the gravel that I knocked out from this corner. I really wanted to know what was in that corner the last time I finished here, and never did. Now I know there was 4 dots.
There's snakes in the tall grass.
Oh man, my dam wall's slowly getting bigger. Well, we got a few more of those specks in there. Oh man, the sunlight's harsh. It's going to be hard to show you all of them, but about the same sort of pan.
But this is from gold from all over. Let me turn it this way.
That is the coolest necklace. Seriously. Look at that.
And my boys and my family, we've all put pieces in there. I mean, I obviously have other pieces at home, but these are just like fun pieces that I put in the necklace.
That's awesome.
For memories, and I can say, oh, that was from the Yuba, that was from Rock Creek, you know.
I'm gonna make one of them. That's awesome.
You can get these on eBay.
I just got the dirt out of the hole, outside the hole.
Well, we're all working away and everyone's finding at least a little bit. Grizzly's receiving some delicious lunchtime pats.
You love Jim.
And I have found this little crevice. Now, I've been slowly but surely pushing my way back into this bank. And as I get back there, I'm finding sporadic gold, like I'm getting 1 or 2 nice good bits, and then 5 nice good bits, and 10, and then 1, like it's all over the shop. But that is the very bottom of that hole, and I just pulled out a nice speck, and that's all the dirt that came out of that crack. So with a little bit of luck, there'll be some more in that dirt. Oh, I see one bit up in this corner. Oh yeah, there we go. That's not a bad pan. That's what I got out of that little bedrock crevice. I'm pretty happy with that. That's one of those little pockets I'll talk about. You stick with 3 to 5 for ages, and then eventually you'll hit something that gives you a little bit of a smile. The work continues on this spot. I had to strip off a heap of overburden. There's almost no gold in that dirt. We're talking maybe 2 or 3 nano dots, and all the big pieces are right down the bottom, so shifting that so we don't dilute it was a good move, but it's a lot of work to access very little pay, and the pay dirt is super sporadic. Well, that's all we got. We got 1, 2, 3 and about a dozen little micro dots in there. I feel like I'm in a love-hate abusive relationship with this spot. It's like, yes, great pan, terrible pan. So we put that in the bucket. So I guess we can call that a hit. That's definitely a hit pan. That's not a miss pan. Grizzly, we did all right. All day I've been working to try and get something to make our guests excited, and it finally happened. I didn't let him look at it until I stopped the time lapse. Look, an actual picker. Ooh.
That's awesome.
There you go. We did it.
That's awesome.
Ladies, we got a real piece of gold. Now, I know pickers are defined by your ability to pick them up, but they're also defined by the noise they make in the pan. So when Grizzly stops barking, Grizzly, Grizz, listen, watch. Woo. Okay, everyone crowd around for the ping. It's going to be crappy falling off my hand, so shh, shh, shh. Ooh, there we go. So it's not the world's biggest picker, but it's the best bit of gold I've got today, and I'm yes. So sometimes you fight all day for a bit of gold, and you finally get some and you're like, yes. So we're gonna just safely add this to the, there we go. So we've got a gold monster, and I thought, just for fun, let's see if there's any more boogers in here. And we got a signal. That's definitely a signal, so it's probably going to be a shotgun pellet, but it might be something good. We'll find out. What is it? Oh, that is the smallest shotgun pellet ever. There we go. Look at that. One tiny ball of disappointment. So that's a miss. That's the gold that came out around that shotgun pellet, which is not teabag at all.
You should take all your concentration.
You are funny.
Put it on top for you. No. It's just there for you to look at. Undermining the dam. There's all these good rocks over here, and you're undermining the dam.
We have the best dam building crew on the whole of the northeast, I'd say. I am going to call it quits for the day because I'm pretty knackered. That was a lot of digging just to get, it was a lot. So we cleaned it up. We found one nice little booger. We're going to pan that bucket out. What we're going to do is throw that in the pan it down normally to see what we got from this spot. Then I'm going to show you the gold we got from the bucket of magic and the disappointment we got from my snuffer bottle earlier.
Right. You got fever. You got gold fever.
Oh, it's beyond fever at this point.
Wow.
Yep. It's like way past. We've upgraded from fever.
It is a gold pandemic.
Yes, that's it.
Are you barking at the shovel or the rock you want me to dig out? You're barking at a rock you want me to dig out for you. I can see that. Guess what? Not gonna happen. Dad says no. Dad says no. You want that rock, you gotta dig it out yourself.
Alright, we're going to try and do this at the same time. We've got a hell of a lot of ironstone in there at the moment. Ooh! There we go. That's what we want. Now that's a better pan. Check that out. Yeah. So we've got that nice roly-poly bit and a flat flake. Very flat flake. Alright, now for the snuffer bottle of disappointment. And this is pretty much what we pulled out this morning with just the sluice and a couple of test pans. Lots of fine gold, some coarser gold that we got sluicing. But we've come to a part of the day where I'm going to ask everyone else to tip out their snuffer bottles so we can see how we went collectively, because I'm interested. We've also got a resident photographer over here, which is nice for a change. Someone else has got a camera in their hand. And keeping Grizzly entertained, isn't he, buddy?
Oh, look. But I'm not giving you the rock. Dad says no to the rocks.
You can't afford the dental bills, Grizzly. Ooh, hot damn.
Let me see Jimbo. Oh, yeah.
Jimbo's gold mine.
That's awesome, honey.
Can I buy shares?
This is a pretty good day here.
Yes, no, that's not bad for panning. Like, you're only using, what, a 10-inch pan?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, Jim. How is alluvial gold prospecting in the northeast of Victoria? Honest account, what do you think of it?
It's fun.
Fun?
Yeah.
Best part of mining here, besides the heat. I know you love the heat.
Hanging with you.
Oh, thank you. I would have said the gold, you know? Not this strange bearded hillbilly.
No, it's fun to be with you.
Oh.
Gold is great.
Yeah.
Gold is everywhere in the whole world. But it's being with you. So that's fun.
Thank you very much. So we've seen a small pan and some nice gold, and now we're going to go to another small pan and see if we got also some nice gold. You've got a pile of sticks.
Last pan of the day.
Last pan of the day.
You know, I have a friend, and her and I always say, when you shake that, it's like shaking snake eyes for Vegas. Come on, Vegas, snake eyes.
Oh,
Yeah,
last
there's
pan in Vegas.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
That's probably like 25, 30 little pieces.
I'd take 25, 30 little pieces from Vegas.
I will too.
Will this be a snuffer bottle of disappointment like mine, or a snuffer bottle of joy?
Stuff in there.
Ooh. I reckon you did about as good as what Jimbo did.
Well, Jim did better, I think. Jim worked harder. I got tired of squatting and I did other things.
No, you've done well. You've
Yeah?
done well again for a 10-inch pan. Just crevicing, doing a little bit of metal detecting and stuff. That's an okay day.
See my rolly pieces?
Yeah. Some of them are quite coarse.
Yeah, they are. That's all from digging bedrock. I didn't really dig dirt like you guys.
Well, I am going to take you guys home and throw my gold on the scales, but before I do that, I do want to say a massive thank you for the enjoyable day that I've had with the American imports that we've got all the way from Santa Barbara, California. Yeah, I know, I've shaved my beard. If you'd like to know more about why I did this, check out the video above. That's got all the information you need to know. But I did it simply to raise money for PTSD assistance dogs. They cost upwards of $30,000 to train, and it's a subject that's very close to my heart, as well as giving other people in the community who suffer with PTSD a second chance at life. But don't worry, I haven't lost any of my gold prospecting powers. All of them are stored safely with Grizzly, and he's still kicking, fully haired up. This is the gold we got for our little session. Next to a Clash Guitars pick for a little bit of scale, and the little booger that we got for a little more scale. Now most of this gold came from the session you saw on this video, but I actually went back a couple days later and I mined out where I said it would be quite high bankable with a pan. I did about 20 pans, and that's where most of our flour gold has come from. That second session was a lot of fun, and because I didn't have to film, I had a lot more time and energy to put into processing. All the gold is basically sitting right on the bedrock, and it's fluctuating between 50 and 100 pieces per pan. Again, these are micro dots, but there's lots of them. First things first, I want to see if we can get the tiny little gold shotgun pellet to weigh. It's pretty small, so I don't think it will weigh much. Nothing. As soon as the gold gets really powdered like this, you kind of got to use something to move it across pans that have been seasoned, otherwise it just sort of sticks to the edge. I'm guessing probably 0.65 by the looks of that. Whoa. just a touch more than 0.65, 0.78. At today's gold price in Australian dollars, that's worth roughly 66 bucks, which is pretty good for just using a pan and fluffing around all day with some new friends. And honestly, that's what it's all about. I've said time and again that gold prospecting for me personally is all about going out and nourishing my soul and not my bank account. And I know many people who follow my channel do exactly the same. There's so much more that I'd love to chat to you guys about, but for today, I'm gonna leave it right there. Remember to like that smash button, give this video a share if it's something that you're interested in doing. Give your dog, pigeon, cat, girlfriend, or boyfriend a scratch behind the ear for me. Peace. And I'm out.